Hello everyone, this is Sharita from Old School Budgets. Today I'm going to do something just a little different. I've been blessed to know how to crochet, so I'm going to do a crochet and a teaching at the same time. The topic is, why is talking about money so taboo? I'm going to be making a 18 by 18 inch pillowcase in the Burnett Buffalo Plaid. So let's get started. I'll be talking while I'm crocheting. So crochet along with me. But you know, there are people that grew up without anyone sitting them down to talk to them about money. And there are some families that took out the time to sit their children down, talk to them about money, tell them everything, how to spend their money, save their money, invest their money, everything. But there's some families that didn't. For many vast reasons. Some families may have been educated to do it. Some families may not have much education or had none at all. So they didn't have the option to be able to teach their children anything. You can't teach anybody something you do not know. But if you knew it, I'm sure they would have told us. When we in school, we learned about what money is, what it looked like, the value of it, and what we use it for. That's about it. But never sit down and turn around and tell your children or talk to us about why is money, what is money, what it's used for, the investment of it. Some families were blessed to know, and some families weren't. But in today's society in 2022, why is it still so taboo? Knowing that every day in your life you're going to need money. Take money to govern your life. Period. But it is. I remember when I was a kid, it comes back from, look at your childhood. What happened back then? How did your parents, what happened in the household? What did your guardians do? Back then with money. How was money talked about? Was there any conversation about it? You had some households that turn around and say, well, money wasn't built on trees. That's funny, because you need the trees to make the money. Then you have some that says, don't ask for nothing when you get to the store. Now, mind you, we didn't want that G, because that G didn't come along. So we didn't ask for the G, nor did we look for it. And we didn't want it at all. You had conversations like that. Money didn't grow on trees. Don't ask for nothing in the store. Because I remember when I was younger and I told my mom, I said, Ma, I told my friends I think we rich. My mom said, don't tell me that lie. Which shocked me because I'm looking like, hold up, I felt that we were rich. Because we didn't want for nothing. Wasn't anything that we had to have. We had everything. It was provided. Now that I'm grown and I have children of my own, I know that's just a part of the responsibility of raising children. So, so at that point, I learned then that, hey, I can't say that again. And trust me, I didn't. But I really felt that way being a kid. because it was nothing that we didn't have, nothing that we didn't want, you know. We didn't ask for much or anything either. But a lot of things that we asked for, we got it. And we mostly got it during the time of Christmas too, which is the big time. But not all households were that blessed, you know. Not all households were that blessed to even have the option to even be able to ask their parents that. But when I was a kid, I didn't know then to ask the questions I needed to know now. And even if I had asked the question, I knew my mother would have answered them all. I knew she would have. But I didn't think to ask it, not one bit. And that becomes another important factor. We didn't know to ask questions like that because we didn't know what the future was going to bring, nor did our parents have a clue about it. But now today has changed. I was born way back in the 70s, early part of the 70s too, just to let you know how far back this is. Around that time we asking that stuff, I said that stuff, I think it was early 80s, like 80, 81, something up in there, when I was a kid. But then, you know, we weren't educated that much about it. I don't believe our parents were that educated about it either. So we didn't have a clue. And now, even at the 2022, the 21st century, our children don't even want to listen to us talk about money. But they don't have a clue what to do. We had to figure it out for them. And now that we figure it out, a lot of us try to tell our children. But listening is really not one of their strong points. So you take out the time to try to tell them the best way you can. And I remember when I was also a kid. Now, we didn't know about savings or anything. And when I was a kid, we couldn't have kids, you know, come into the house and everything. My mama didn't allow that. And I can see a good reason why. It's because every time my sister and I, it was 3 of us, one of my sisters and I came through the house, my mama had like 3 rolls of money, stacks of money laid around the floor. Coming in the house, tightrope, we would have won that hands down. Because we had to walk between the money without moving it, didn't touch it, didn't let anything get out of place. Because we was not playing with my mama. My mama was not going to play, and we were not about to get in trouble for my mama thinking we did something with that money we had no business doing, that we did not do. So, we had a tightrope and stuff. And my mama had bought us some piggy banks. Back then, it was some plastic banks. We had the glass ones, but my mama had bought the plastic banks. We thought they were cool because I had the soccer shape of the piggy bank. These were plastic banks now. My other sister had a football bank. It was brown. Now it was white, black and white. And my other one had the baseball, which was like a red and white round bank. And every time we got our allowance, we spent some, saved some. Now we learned that because my mother had a old wine bottle jar. She had 2 of them in her room, stuffed in the corner in the closet. It's a long time ago. So mind you, my mother's passed away, so don't try to come for us. And I don't have them things. And she had the jar of money in there. And we asked her about it. She said, I've been saving that since I was little and everything else. So it's about the much money we got out of, or a conversation about money that we learned from my mom. And because she was saving it, we asked her, can we get a bank? So my mom made sure that next Christmas we got a bank. That Christmas we got a bank. So I got a bank. We all had got a bank and stuff like that. And because my mama put her change and everything, all the money that we made and stuff, even from going to the store for a neighbor or 2. If I went to the store, it's 3 of us now, I had to split it with my sisters. Everybody get 33 cents each, and my mama get the penny. And trust me, I had to do it every time we went to the store. You didn't do it, you didn't want to know what happened. But one time my older sister didn't do it, and trust me, She didn't get no more money. So the money was split between me and my other sister 50-50. My mother was not playing that stinginess and selfishness. My mom wasn't playing that. So we learned then that we couldn't do that. But because my mother did it, it's the reason why we did it. We didn't know why we were saving. We just knew my mom was saved, so we're going to save. So a lot of times kids learn from just simply doing what their parents do. Regardless if they really understand why they're doing it, or even get the full gist of what they're doing, they still will do and follow what the parents are doing, because why? They're the parents. You know, we all believe that our parents know right from wrong, or know what's best for us, because it's just a natural program thing to know. So we took out the time to do that. And that was the one thing we did learn about it. So, and had we just asked my mom a simple question, or knew to ask, because trust me, we didn't know to ask, so we didn't bother to ask. My mother would have told us. I had a mother that was blunt. She told the truth. She did not sugarcoat it, and she let you know exactly how it was, where it was, how it's going, where you're going to go, where you're going to get off, and how it's going to be. She didn't care. She did not sugarcoat it. She said, because the world was not going to sugarcoat for you. So I'm not going to sugarcoat you. I got to prepare you by telling you. So she did. She did just that. Or the subjects that she thought she needed to tell us at the time. And we learned a lot by just watching her. Well, I know I did. But, you know, when you turn around and you, to this day, when you're talking to regular folks about money, not everybody, but a good portion of people, they have a hard time talking about it. The subject is hard for them to deal with, for the point of somebody may rob you, or something may happen to you, or the point that even doing a YouTube channel showing real money, they're going to come after you. You know, you're showing real money. I said, is money not supposed to be real, or what are we supposed to be doing? I know there's prop money now that they're making. You can buy off Amazon and so many other places, Etsy and stuff like that. But before you get to that point of thinking about it, you have your real money, or you keep sitting in the bank and just budget it from what? Your account. But each situation in each area is different. And you do what's safe for you. Can't tell you what to do, but you do what's safe for you, because safety's first at all costs. But at that point, you're learning that, hey, time to talk about it. That's the reason why I do like the YouTube channel. Because there's folks opening up to talk about money, instead of it being so much of a taboo. You know? It's just, I don't know. It's taboo. And then you have folks that have a problem talking about it. Won't talk about it, like, or if you say something about it, it's like they feel that you're in their business, or you're telling them what to do. And it's a funny thing about it. It's not at all what a person's trying to do. You never know what the conversation may come up to, but they have a hard time talking about it. And in life, that's what it is. And you know how when you got a real person that's really having a hard time talking about it, or the subject is very uncomfortable for them, you notice they always change the subject, or get up and say, I gotta go, I got something to do. Like something else is more important, to avoid having to deal with the conversation of interest at any point. But yeah, talking about money is a hard subject for a lot of folks. You know, so, and I understand it's not the easiest subject, but everyone, you know, needs to talk about it at one point or another. Due to the simple fact, the fun thing about it, even though money may not grow on trees, but we need the trees to make the money. And everyone in the world needs money. in order to govern their life. Everyone. But so far, I have the basis of my crochet. And actually that is all. If you like what you hear and you like what you see, comment, subscribe, share the video. Leave a comment and I have my YouTube channel. So bye-bye. Have a great day.